Greetings, all my air signs, air sign Libra, air sign Gemini, and air sign Aquarius. How are you all? Hope everything is good and positive, and that you are being open and receptive to the energies that are taking place during the new moon. This is the new moon view for March 6th, 2019. And while I'm shuffling and connecting, I'll just let you know a little bit about the energy of the moon that's coming in. Some of this is already on the general new moon view. If you want to hear more about some of the concepts and some of the ideas and some of the energy that's coming from the other side, or that's coming from the star nations in relationship to the new moon, then you can listen to that, or you can view that in the other video. But this is now bringing in the oracle cards, and I'll be reading from Wisdom of the Oracle by Colette Baron Reid. Connecting to the cards is just a way of intuitively finding out what the air signs need to be focused on during that new moon period. So the new moon is a sensitive new moon. It is in Pisces, so our intuitions are going to be kicked up just a little bit. Or not just a little bit, probably a lot, because there is a conjunct between the new moon and not Uranus, and Neptune. So Neptune is all about the otherworldly and the unseen. So we're going to be digging a little bit into our subconscious and into our those underlying areas of our psyche in order to, I don't know, get a little closer to yourself, have a greater understanding of yourself, understanding your feminine side or your receptive side. All that's good stuff. All that's good stuff. So this is the intuitive reading for the new moon. The very first card up is Thinker. Not surprised. Not surprised. Air signs represent the suit of the mind. That is the suit of the mind. So right off the bat, it's tapping into your ability to think, your thinking power. The thought police. The thought police. All right. Let's see where we are. Thinkers. TikTok is in the south. In the west, we have New Life. In the north, A Change in the Wind. Good deal. And we have Breathe in Reverse. Okay. All right. So the south, the readings that I do are, they're connected to the Native American medicine wheel. The Native American medicine wheel has a center, and then it has points along the center at the north, the south, the east, and the west. And each direction holds a different meaning, if that makes sense. All right, so in the south, which is the place where we are like children, meaning that we are in a position to absorb information and learn and grow. This is a place of growth, and this is also a place of learning. We have TikTok. TikTok to me is about time and timing, waiting for your timing, waiting for the right opportunity to present itself. In the other general reading for the new moon, one of the things that came up in relationship to the degree status of the moon being in Pisces is that you are connecting in the moment, that the moment that you're in, the present moment that you're in, that concise little moment of time, that there is this spark of inspiration that lives there. So it gives us the sense that we need to stay in the present moment, and in that by staying in the present moment, we are actually connecting to our divine timing. There is no time. And then that's what I like also about the image in this card. You see the clock here, but you see all the numbers are kind of blown to smithereens, and it's coming in a some kind of balloon up here. So this idea of time that is given to us, that we're given this time, but time actually doesn't really exist. It doesn't exist in a linear fashion. Okay? So the timing, in order for you to be able to connect to the right time and the right timing, you really just have to be in the present moment. And by being in the present moment, it draws the right the right energy to you so that you can do the next thing that you need to do. It'll bring in the help that you need, or an idea will come to you in that moment, or maybe you'll meet somebody quite by chance that you needed to meet for them to say something to you that you needed to hear. When you're in that divine moment, you can be in your car and flick on the radio at that moment, and the announcer may say something that resonates with you. So the universe is always trying to speak to us and always trying to communicate with us. The Creator is always trying to connect with us and co-create with us in that moment, but we have to be able to be connected to the right timing. In the West position, which is where we go to look within ourselves, to our inner self, and also to connect to our own experiences, the things that we already know from experience. And that position is talking about a new life. So there's this new life, like there's everything that you've already experienced, and then there's something new. And knowing that everything that you have experienced is leading up to the new thing that's happening for you. So this is a time of awakening. You're just starting to wake up. You're just starting to see life anew. Things might still seem a little bit cloudy to you. You know how you wake up in the morning and you kind of like, you can't really see quite yet. That's fine, but just know that every experience that you've had up until this point is leading you to something new. And if that isn't enough, we have the change in wind. Change in wind. I think that's really significant because we are talking about a March new moon, and this is really the last new moon before we head into the spring equinox, or we head into spring, into a whole new season. So the winter time is a time for us to be dormant. It's a time for us to go within, to kind of pull back from the world a little bit, connect with family, connect with our close loved ones. You know, during the holidays are the times that we're connecting to our loved ones and just kind of keeping it close. But when March comes in, there's going to be a change. A change is coming. There's something new, and then you already have the new life here. The new life is budding for you. So during this this windy period, when the winds come in, winds bring change. Energetically, wind brings change. So whenever there's a new breeze, it can blow things away, it can take things out of our life, and it can also bring new things in. Just depends on what it is that's needed at the time. And then in the East position, which is where we look to for inspiration, it's got breathe in reverse. Now, in the wisdom of the oracle, what they say is that when a card comes in reverse, that you should read the protection message. So I'm going to read the protection message for you all, because I don't know it by heart. This is card 29, and I'm looking at the protection message for breathe. Inertia, laziness, and apathy are signs of not slowing down, but of decay and lifelessness. Wake up and do something to shake this off. Go outside for some air. Okay, that sounds reasonable, air signs. A walk in nature will remind you that all of life is ensouled and magical. Get some exercise, move out of your head and into your body, and breathe in deeply. Each breath is precious. So that is your message, for your protection message for what's coming up for you all. Okay, so we got some change. It's definitely tapped into our thinker energy and our thinker people, and you all are people of the mind. Air signs are sign of the mind. And so you're preparing for your new life. You're preparing for this change that's coming through. Cards are coming out of nowhere. They're coming out of everywhere. Coming out of everywhere. Let's see what we got here. All right, here we go. So in the thinker position, we have the Six of Cups in reverse. Six of Cups is about innocence. It's about going back to a place of childhood. It's about seeing things from a totally new perspective. Children see things without judgment. So whatever it is that you're thinking about or that you're pondering or you're contemplating right now, try to look at it with fresh eyes. Try to see things from a different perspective. And not just a different perspective, but from a place of innocence and a place of being completely open to the possibilities. Children don't censor themselves. They don't really have filters, which is great about them. It embarrasses us when they do that, but what's great about them is they don't really have that going on. They don't have the judgment around what it is that they think. So that means whatever they think in their mind, they just say it out loud. So to me, it's like do less thinking and do more just kind of being open and acting on what you feel, and don't judge yourself about that. In the South position where we talked about being patient and waiting for the right timing, we have the Ace of Wands. There's opportunities that are going to present themselves to you, air signs. That opportunity comes when you are able to be still and be in the moment. All right, regarding the new life, we have the Tower card, which means that there's been some things that have happened. There's been your world has kind of been torn apart, upended. You don't know what's going on. All of a sudden, the things that you thought you were going to do, you're not going to do those anymore. All of a sudden, the plans that you had are foiled. It could be disappointing. That does seem like it's a part of your past or your past experiences, but there is new life that comes after that. Whenever something is destroyed, there's new life that comes in after that. And sometimes these things have to happen in order to make room for that. All right, and in the change of winds, we have the Lovers card. So some of you guys may be experiencing some new love relationships, or you may be reconnecting with someone. This could be as a result of another relationship downing itself or not, or going down the hill. Certainly if we're talking about new life, if there's new love, if there's change in the air and that there's a new relationship on the horizon, that could definitely give you some new energy there. And then in that place where it talked about breathing and it talked about, you needing to just take a moment and getting a breath, we have the Five of Wands in reverse. The Five of Wands is about taking a different taking a different route. Don't go the way everybody else is going. Don't follow the crowd. Stand out and be willing to stand out in that regard. I do want to take a look again at that breathe and that message from the breathe card and see how that relates and how that connects. Wake up, do something, shake off this decay and this lifelessness. Go outside for some air. Take a different route. Do something different. Don't get caught up in the same old thing, because if you do, you'll wind up back in this situation again. Okay? All right, so that's your reading, air signs. It looks like there's some love in the air for you. It looks like there's that which is already done and over with, the things that have happened in the past. You're moving on and accepting a new life. Just take a moment, take this time to really get centered and balance yourself in the present moment. And I think that that would be really great for you all. I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you enjoyed your new moon reading. If you want to get specific to yourself, if you want to look at your own birth chart, you need your birth time, your birth location, and of course your birth date, then we can take a look at where the moon is for you specifically and really get into some detail there. So if you want to do that, you can reach out to me at info@wooingnature.life, and I'll be glad to walk you through the process. As always, I hope you all have a great new moon on March the 6th and thereabouts, a couple of days before, a couple of days after, and then all the way into the next phase. Utilize that energy while you got it going, folks. All right. Blessings to all of you, and as always, have a wonderful life.